Live. At least I'm live on my things.
We're good.
David's still setting his up. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. It is the Human Empowerment Experience,
Yes, it is.
Kettlebell training with RKC certified trainer, Mr. David Hills, and
My lovely assistant, Miss Coach Kendra McLaughlin.
we see somebody hopping on Instagram already. So happy to have you here with us. First of all, I just want to say I'm here with my Savvy outfit. I am a brand partner for Savvy. They do athletic wear. This top, I'm using it as a cover today, but you can also use it just as a regular top with jeans or leggings. But this is just a small sampling of some of the stuff that they offer, and I have loved every single piece that I've purchased. I wear it all the time. David can tell you, and I can go with these leggings. I can go from a workout to just my work. I work it from home, or if you're working outside, or if I'm going to the store, or whatever the case may be. So, having said that, we're talking about family this morning, and if you saw my post, it's about family, and family isn't necessarily blood. Family should consist of people that are proud of you, that have your back, that support you in times of crisis. People obviously that love you, but family doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a blood relative. Family can be your tribe. I have a couple of different tribes of positive people that keep me, in positivity and hope and all that stuff. One of them is my mentor and my business partner, Jean Mims, and her and our tribe that we have there. We have our Creators Circle tribe, people that are creating their own lives, that are all on sort of the same kind of path. We're positive, loving, moving forward, kind of hardworking kind of people. And then I do have my Facebook tribe. I've been having to weed some people out. If you're posting anything on my Facebook that is not positive, and is negative towards anybody in terms of just not being very nice.
Mean people.
Yeah, you're gone. I don't have time for that. Who has time for that, right? Who has time in life for that? Life is too friggin' short to be mean and ugly and angry for anybody. Towards anyone. So that's, it's not saying that you can't get excited about things and mad, but you can dispose of that in certain ways, and it doesn't have to mean that
you can always walk away.
That you're treating your fellow friends in a bad way. So having said that, choose your family wisely. Make sure that there are people that are surrounding you, that make you feel good about yourself, that make you want to move forward, that love you. You can love them. They give you positive energy. They give you the truth, but they give you they give it to you in a positive energetic way.
Can you handle that?
It makes a difference in your life. It really, really does. It makes a difference in being able to move forward in your life and whatever you're doing with passion and purpose. So, having said that, let me just see who's on. I said that yesterday. We have Luz, we have Sushmita, and I don't know if I'm saying. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Dawn, hey Dawn. Dawn, you need to pick up some of these leggings and workout stuff. They're amazing. I'll send you a link later on. Dawn's one of my fantastic workout buddies.
Nice. From Beachbody?
Yeah, she's a Beachbody coach.
Sweet.
I love Beachbody. That's how I started my whole journey, was through Beachbody. My whole journey that I'm on, I started with Beachbody, so I give them a lot of credit for that in terms of positivity, working on ourselves. So let's get started. We're just going to do a little bit of a warm-up here.
Let's do it. Let's get moving on.
We're doing warm-ups. And if you have never done these, just even if you're doing a different kind of a workout and you're not doing kettlebell, get up and try these. Just elevates your energy. It elevates how you feel about your day and about yourself. It's great. Gets rid of the stress in your shoulders and your neck, which I love, and it gets your feet and ankles going. Drop down, so we're just bending our knees slightly. And it's like flicking water off your hands. You know, we've traveled recently. We went to Florida for New Year's for the week. And, you know, again, I go into the restroom and wash my hands and no paper towels. So you have to do this. And you're dropping your arms down so that your shoulders are releasing that negative energy that we have stored up overnight. And we have heart openers. As we come around, we're tapping our bodies, waking up all the cells, the muscles, the blood. And as we open up, we give thanks and gratefulness for every single thing that we have in our lives, including the fact that we're able to be here and work out with you today. I mean, it's such a blessing. Twist, side to side twists, helping the body as we come around and just getting that nice, easy twist going in the torso. We're going to use a lot of our power in the ab area and the core. So we want to make sure that that is all nice and warmed up this morning. And the move it or lose it move. Hip circles. Want to make sure we're staying mobile. Mobility and flexibility and strength are keys as you get older to a happy, youthful, long life.
It's true. I used to tell the kids when I taught them, I say, you're on a path in life from a liquid to a solid.
It's true.
Your goal is to delay that process.
I love that. Yeah, you don't want to be my age and be a solid. You won't be able to do anything. You know, we enjoy, you know, hiking and getting out and doing things. So if we were immobile, if we couldn't move our hips or our knees or our shoulders, we wouldn't be out doing those things and enjoying our lives like we do. So it's super important. Shoulder rolls, we're gonna roll back. Nice, big movement here. Warming up those shoulders before we start swinging that kettlebell up over our head and around in our living room. I mean, our studio. Head rolls. Be careful with this one. Just nice, easy rolls to get the head and the neck
What
warmed
did I
up.
do yesterday that caused me sore today?
Maybe it was something at work.
I don't think so. I didn't work very hard.
Oh, I don't know, but my neck is kind of stiff. I think it's stress. It's what's interesting. I also do yoga. I teach a trauma yoga class, and what the yoga class teaches me, and Kettlebell does the same thing. It teaches you how to feel your body, and you can tell in different points, whether it's your hips, neck, shoulders, where you're holding all of your stress. It's important to know that so that you can work those areas and get that good prana, that good energy back into those areas. I'm going to see if somebody else is on Instagram. We have Craig, my buddy Craig. Hey, Craig. Great seeing you. Hi, Charlene. Good to see you. I love her. And Stephen Courier. Hey, Stephen. Good morning. All right, so I'm taking my top off, everybody.
Okay, so
It's not that kind of a show.
what we're going to do this morning is we're going to do a test with. We're going to use the heavy kettlebell. So actually, you probably do want to start.
Okay.
And we're going to do the snatch, and we're going to do it for duration of time. We were going to do 10 minutes, but I can't find my little timer.
Good excuse.
Yeah.
Thank God. I hit the timer. I mean, that worked, right?
So the Russian Kettlebell certification, as well as some of the other certification programs, usually use this exercise, the snatch, as part of their test requirements for certification. And in RKC, you use a appropriate size kettlebell based on their guidelines. For me, that's this 20, and for Kendra, that would be this 12.
I think I'm kind of in the middle.
Possible, yeah.
That one's kind of light.
You're close. No. You're close to needing the next one.
Oh no.
Wow. And the test with RKC is that you need to do 100 in 5 minutes, which is not an easy thing to do. the U.S. Secret Service, they have a test to join their counter assault team, and you have to be able to do the kettlebell swing snatch for 10 minutes.
That's a long time.
With a 53-pound kettlebell, 24 kilograms, so twice that heavy for 10 minutes. And they don't care that's the same kettlebell for everyone. Men, women, guys my size, guys 8 feet tall.
Whoever wants to be in
Whoever wants to be on the team has to pass that test, regardless of age, sex, political affiliation, or anything else. So, same standard for everyone, if you can imagine that. So, so here we go. We're going to do 100 because 100 is roughly 5 minutes if you do it at a reasonable.
Are we okay? Can I ask you this? Are we doing 5 and 5?
We're going to do 5 and 5.
Okay.
However, if at any time, for any reason, you want to change arms, go right ahead. There is, in these tests for RKC and anything, there are no limits to how many times you can change your arms or when. If the arm starts to get tired, change to the other arm. Try to do it in a balanced fashion to keep your body balanced. Does this make sense to you? Now, I'm going to do changing every 5, and you're welcome to follow with me or not. And if you get...
You're going to give us cues, right?
Yeah, I'll give cues, but if you start to get off, don't worry, because there's nothing to worry about. Just
in other words, you don't have to keep up, or you
don't have to keep up. Don't have to change when I change. Don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And if at any point you need to put the kettlebell down, put the kettlebell down. Okay, here we go. And 1, 2. Change. Keep your core fire going. Change.
This side is good.
Change. Change. That's 20. Change. Change. Change.
You want to swallow and forms. Fine.
That's 40. Change. Change. Change, that's halfway. Change. 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 Change, that's 70. That's 80. Change. Change. Change, last set. Change. Pull it in and down.
The lighter weight. I'm having an issue with this side. I'm not pulling it. I'm not like, I want to go like this.
Yep.
I can't get myself out of that habit. Got any tips?
You're doing it. Be aware of it.
Okay.
If you're aware of it, you'll fix it. Because it'll bother you.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
I see it. Yeah.
Wanting to fix it comes from knowing it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Fixing it.
Whew, that was good.
That,
Yeah.
woo. Nice. So that, like I did that with 20 kilogram. Kendra did that with an 8 kilogram.
Yep.
Which is, for me, actually, for our age, those are appropriate.
Yeah. I'm 58. David's 53.
Right. So over 50, they cut you a break. Actually, I think it's over 40, but.
Thank God.
And then, yeah.
But
So,
you can work your way up like I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I started out with the even heavier one.
Right.
But because my form was suffering, I dialed it back a little bit because I'm really working on my form so that I can move forward. If you have a lousy form, you're not going to want to move forward and go up in weight because you're going to take that lousy form with you and you're not doing yourself any good.
Yep.
So even if it's kind of an ego thing too. You really have to check your ego, and if your form is crappy, you need to move back and wait and figure your form out first, then move forward. So you have to kind of tuck your ego back behind you and say, okay, ego, get out of the way. I need to do this way.
Yeah,
in
one
order
of,
to.
one of the
yeah.
differences with this kind of lifting is that we don't go until failure. People talk about working to failure, and what they're talking about is muscle failure, where the muscle fails to fire anymore, at least fire hard enough to be able to complete the exercise. We don't do that. We go to failure of form,
Yeah.
not failure of the musculature. As soon as your form starts to suffer, it's time to move on.
Yeah. What do you want to do next?
Let's do a little bit of stretching with the kettlebell, since
Okay.
that's all the exercise we need. If you can do between 5 and 10 minutes of snatch, so between 1 and 200 snatches with the kettlebell, appropriately sized, that's all the exercise you need for the day. Or at least that's all the resistance training you need for the day. So, take the kettlebell, bring it in. When you're doing snatches, it's working your calves, your thighs, your glutes, your core, your arms, your shoulders,
Yeah.
your
Cardio.
cardio, your balance, your endurance, your coordination, all at exactly the same time. Okay, so put the kettlebell out towards your feet, point your feet straight up in the air, about shoulder width wide, fold at the hip. So many people, when they try to reach their toes, they do this. They bend their back and they go, I can't reach my toes. Because you don't do it by bending your back. You do it by folding at the hip. If you fold at the hip and try and touch your belly button to your thigh, leading with your belly button, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can touch my toes after all. Because you're not doing this, you're doing this. So lean forward.
And it works the flexibility of the hips.
Grab the kettlebell. Now you're going to you're not going to pick the kettlebell up, but you're going to lift up on it to pull yourself further down. Think of leading with your belly button. Now, tip the kettlebell towards you. Pick it up by the horns. Do a half a halo so it's around the back of your head. Keep your hands on it. Lean forward now. Do the same thing. Let the kettlebell gently push you down. Now, stay where you are. Come back up. Tuck one foot in. Whatever foot you tucked in, let go with the opposite arm. You take that hand, you reach down, grab a hold of your pant leg or your leg, or if you can grab the foot and allow the kettlebell to pull you down. You might want to.
I have a bony back.
Change hands, change feet.
And my hips, I just don't have.
Just adapt. And one of the things you can do is put the bell here and do like a curl. Yeah. See that?
Yes.
Yeah.
My hips are I'm working on getting hip flexibility. I have really, really tight hips. And hips, typically, especially for women, but also for men, we carry a lot of stress and trauma and whatever in our hip area.
Absolutely.
So it's really good to try to work the flexibility of the hips. And don't be surprised if you're stretching your hip area like that and you're getting emotional. It's emotions that are coming out. That actually happened to me in a yoga session that David and I were doing, where we were really working my hips and tears just started flowing. It's energy, it's emotion, negative energy that's coming out of your body. We hold all of that in our bodies.
Here's another one. Go ahead and put the foot back to where you just had it. So like Kendra's saying, a lot of folks, and I'm in the same boat, this is difficult to do. Check this out.
And keep both hips on the floor.
It's something to help you, assist you work on your stretch.
The other side. You want to be careful when you're stretching. You don't want to, you want to ease into it. Give your body some grace. Do it rather as, slowly. It's not something you want to push and pull. You're going to feel uncomfortable, but if you're ever feeling actual pain, you want to back off because you don't want to injure yourself. And it's a process.
When you're stretching, if it feels uncomfortable and weird, you're doing it right. If it feels painful, you're doing it wrong. It will feel awkward and uncomfortable because your body has never moved that way before. Why you are stretching it.
And flexibility, we talked about mobility, flexibility, and strength. Flexibility is just important as mobility as you're in everyday life. So you gain flexibility by doing it, by stretching.
Think of the word flexibility means the ability to flex
on a regular basis. It's not one of these things that you can do once a week and think you're going to be flexible. It's a daily practice for people that I know that are really flexible.
Like at 6 a.m. every day.
It's a daily practice, and you don't have to do much. But if you're doing it every day, you're going to see improvement. You're going to see your flexibility improve, and you'll feel better as you're moving along in your day.
I know you guys are done.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today in our training. So happy to have you here this morning. Really, it makes my day to be able to come on and see everybody on and everybody that's joining us. We are sending you love, joy, peace, happiness, and of course, abundance, and sending out those healing energies to anyone in the world who is suffering today. You don't need to suffer. I hope you can find some peace in your day and in your lives today if you are feeling down or blue or just having a really tough time. It's normal. Everybody goes through it, but that too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Have a lovely.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.